All right, so get this. For millions of years, South America was like its own lost world,
Oh, yeah.
cut off from all the other continents.
It was.
Just imagine all the crazy creatures that evolved down there.
It's true.
Like a real-life laboratory of evolution.
Absolutely. And, it's fascinating.
So what kind of unique things happened down there because of this isolation?
Well, you can imagine a continent where hoofed mammals developed completely isolated.
Really?
Yeah.
Like completely different from the ones we know.
Some even looked like horses and rhinos.
Hold on.
Or camels.
So like not actual horses and rhinos.
No, not quite.
I'm already getting confused.
Think of them as South America's own versions.
Okay.
Fulfilling similar roles
Gotcha.
in the ecosystem, but evolving completely independently.
Oh, wow.
These, they're called South American ungulates.
South American ungulates.
Yeah, they were a diverse bunch.
Okay, so because South America was isolated, evolution kind of went wild.
Yeah.
Came up with its own solutions.
Exactly.
I'm starting to see why this place was so unique. But today, we're diving deep into one group of creatures that ruled this bizarre landscape.
Okay.
The terror birds.
Ah, yes, the forthracids.
Forthracids.
That's it.
That's a mouthful.
These flightless predatory birds
Okay.
were the apex predators of their time,
Got it.
dominating South America for millions of years.
Wow.
And here's a fun fact.
Okay.
Some of their fossils were actually discovered by Charles Darwin himself.
No way.
Yeah.
Darwin stumbled upon these things.
You did.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. I'm picturing a giant, scary bird.
Yeah.
But how big are we talking? Was it like an eagle on steroids or something completely different?
Think bigger.
Bigger.
Some terror birds towered over humans,
Really?
reaching heights of up to 10 feet.
10 feet.
Yeah, that's huge.
Imagine that running towards you.
Oh, man.
Long, powerful legs built for speed.
Okay.
A sharp, hooked beak.
Like a weapon.
Like a dagger.
Whoa. And wings so reduced they were basically useless for flight.
So they couldn't fly at all. Wow. A 10-foot tall bird with a dagger for a beak.
Yeah.
That's straight out of a horror movie.
Yeah.
But you mentioned something interesting earlier.
Yes.
These birds didn't have teeth.
Right.
How did they eat anything?
Well, that's a good question.
Did they just swallow their prey whole?
Their lack of teeth is one of their most intriguing features.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unlike, say, a T-Rex with its bone-crushing bite,
Yeah.
terror birds had to rely on different tactics.
Okay.
We think they used a combination of powerful kicks
Oh, okay.
with those massive legs,
Makes sense.
and then they used their beaks to strike,
Oh, okay.
tear, and manipulate their prey.
So instead of chomping down, they were more like stabbing and slashing their meals.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm getting a much clearer picture of these guys now.
Yeah.
But they couldn't have been the only predators around, right?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of competition did they face?
Well, South America during the reign of terror birds was a predator's paradise.
Really?
Imagine these giant birds sharing their habitat with saber-toothed cats.
Saber-toothed cats.
Like Smilodon populator.
The Smilodon populator.
That's it. The largest saber-toothed cat ever.
Oh, wow.
And even massive sloths.
Wait,
Some the size of elephants?
giant sloths. I thought sloths were all about chilling out in trees.
Yeah, not these ones.
Okay, now I'm picturing a three-way showdown.
Okay.
Terror birds, saber-toothed cats, and elephant-sized sloths.
It was quite a scene.
How did anything survive in that environment?
It's mind-boggling, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's still debate about Smilodon's prey.
Oh, really?
Some scientists believe they might have actually specialized in taking down those giant sloths.
No way.
Can you imagine the kind of battles that must have taken place?
That's wild. I never would have imagined those matchups. But you mentioned South America was isolated for millions of years.
Right.
So how did all these amazing creatures end up living together? Were they just all chilling there, minding their own business until something big changed?
Well, remember that South America wasn't always isolated. A
Okay.
few million years ago, something happened
What was that?
that completely reshaped the continent's ecosystems.
What happened?
A bridge formed
A bridge.
between North and South America,
Oh, wow.
connecting these two worlds for the first time in ages.
You're talking about the Panama Land Bridge, right?
Yeah,
The Great American Interchange.
that's it.
I remember learning about that. It was a huge event in Earth's history
Absolutely.
with animals migrating back and forth. But I never really thought about what that meant for the creatures who are already living in South America.
Right. It's a pivotal moment in this story because the Great American Interchange had a profound impact on both continents.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Suddenly, you have animals from two Completely separate evolutionary paths interacting,
Wow.
competing, and sometimes even driving each other to extinction.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what happened to our terror birds when all these newcomers showed up?
Oh.
Did they hold their own, or did things start to go downhill?
Well, the arrival of new predators, like canids,
Canids?
yeah, the ancestors of dogs and wolves,
Oh, okay.
and more advanced saber-toothed cats from North America definitely shook things up for the terror birds.
So not such a paradise for them anymore, huh?
Right.
Competition can be brutal.
It can.
Did they just disappear?
Their decline was gradual,
Hmm.
but most terror bird species did eventually go extinct in South America.
Oh, wow.
However, there's one species,
Okay.
Titanus walleri,
Titanus walleri.
yeah, that actually managed to migrate north across the Panama Land Bridge.
They did?
They held their own in North America for a while,
Okay.
but even they eventually met their end.
Wow. So they made it all the way to North America.
Yeah.
Only to go extinct anyway.
It seems so.
It's kind of a tragic last stand for the
Right.
terror birds.
It is.
But, before we completely leave them behind,
Yeah.
I have to ask, what makes them so special? I mean, they were fearsome predators, sure,
Yeah.
but were they really that different from, say, a big cat or a bear?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
What's truly remarkable about terror birds
Yeah.
is that they represent this incredible evolutionary experiment,
Okay.
apex predators, that evolved from a bird lineage.
Oh,
That's not something you see every day.
it's not.
And their extinction paved the way for the rise of mammal predators in South America,
Really?
shaping the ecosystems we see today.
Hold on. You're saying that without the terror birds, the whole predator scene in South America might look completely different now.
It's possible.
That's mind-blowing. It really shows how interconnected everything is.
Absolutely.
How one event can have such a ripple effect.
Yeah.
But, you mentioned earlier those unique hoofed mammals that evolved in isolation.
Yeah.
Were there any other strange creatures that developed down there?
Oh, absolutely.
Like what?
Remember those South American ungulates we talked about?
Uh-huh.
Well, there was another group
Okay.
called the Litopterns.
Litopters.
Yeah. That were even more bizarre.
Okay.
Think of them as South America's answer to horses,
Okay.
camels,
Uh-huh.
and even elephants all rolled into one.
Really?
They had long legs,
Okay.
slender bodies,
Yeah.
and some even developed long necks like giraffes.
Wait, giraffes in South America. Now, my whole understanding of animal geography is officially out the window.
It's pretty wild.
What did these Litopterns, you call them, what did they actually look like?
One of the most famous examples is Macrauchenia.
Bacrucinia.
Yeah, picture a creature with a long neck,
Okay.
a somewhat horse-like body,
Uh-huh.
and get this,
What?
its nostrils were on the top of its head.
Nostrils on top of its head. Seriously,
Yeah.
what evolutionary advantage could that possibly have?
That's a question that has puzzled paleontologists for ages.
I bet.
There are theories that it might have helped them breathe in dusty environments. Okay.
Or even acted as a snorkel while wading in water.
Wow, like a built-in snorkel.
Possibly.
That's so weird.
But we're still not entirely sure.
It's amazing how evolution can produce such strange adaptations.
It is.
A horse-like creature with a giraffe neck and a snorkel nose, that's truly one of a kind. But tell me, did these Litopterns ever cross paths with the terror birds? Was there any rivalry?
Well, remember we talked about how Smilodon, the saber-toothed cat, might have specialized in hunting giant sloths.
Yeah.
Some scientists believe that terror birds might have also targeted Litopterns as prey.
Really?
Their powerful legs and sharp beaks would have been formidable weapons against these relatively lightweight herbivores.
So it's a real free-for-all down there.
Pretty much.
Terror birds, saber-toothed cats, giant sloths, and now these Litopterns.
It was a diverse ecosystem.
But with all these predators running around, how did anything survive? Was it just a constant battle for survival?
That's the beauty of nature.
Yeah.
It's a constant balancing act.
With predators and prey evolving in response to each other.
I see.
Remember, South America wasn't just about giant predators.
Okay.
There were also smaller mammals,
Right.
like the ancestors of armadillos,
Oh, cool.
anteaters, and monkeys,
Really?
all finding their own niches in this unique ecosystem.
It's like a giant puzzle trying to figure out how all these pieces fit together.
It is.
But I can't help but wonder what ultimately led to the demise of these incredible creatures. Was it just the arrival of new competitors from North America? Or were there other factors at play?
Yeah. The Great American Interchange was definitely a game changer.
Yeah.
The influx of new predators and competitors definitely put pressure on the native South American fauna.
Makes sense.
But it wasn't the only factor.
Okay. What else?
Climate change and habitat loss also played a role.
Oh, right.
The world was undergoing some pretty dramatic shifts back then,
Yeah.
and not all species could adapt.
It's a reminder that even the most dominant creatures can be vulnerable. It makes you realize that extinction isn't just some ancient event.
Yeah,
It's a process that continues to shape life on Earth even today.
absolutely. And it highlights the importance of understanding these complex interactions.
Yeah.
How changes in one part of the world can ripple through entire ecosystems.
This deep dive has been incredible. We've gone from a lost world of strange hoofed mammals to giant terror birds, saber-toothed cats, and even creatures with nostrils on top of their heads.
It's been quite a journey.
It's like taking a trip through a paleontological wonderland.
It truly is remarkable to think about these creatures roaming the very landscapes we see today.
I know.
Who knows what other secrets are still waiting to be discovered?
Exactly. It makes you want to grab a shovel and a time machine and go exploring, doesn't it? But before we wrap up our South American adventure, I have one last question.
Okay.
If I could go back in time, what's the one animal I absolutely should not want to encounter?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I bet.
So many incredible creatures to choose from, each with their own unique set of dangers. But if I had to pick, I'd say steer clear of Smilodon populator.
Smilodon.
That massive saber-toothed cat.
Good choice. Those fangs alone are nightmare fuel. But what made them so dangerous apart from the obvious dental weaponry?
Well, Smilodon was more than just brute force.
Okay.
They were highly specialized predators, perfectly adapted for taking down large prey.
Like what kind of adaptations are we talking about?
Imagine incredibly powerful forelimbs and shoulders, built for grappling and subduing their victims with ease.
So they were like the ultimate wrestlers of the prehistoric world.
Exactly. And those saber teeth weren't for prolonged biting or chewing.
Oh, really?
They were designed to deliver a swift, deep puncture wound to the neck or throat,
Oh, wow.
severing vital arteries and taking down prey quickly.
Wow. Terrifying and fascinating at the same time. It's incredible how every feature of their anatomy was honed for a specific purpose.
It's a great reminder that evolution is a master craftsman, shaping life over millions of years to fit the challenges and opportunities of its environment.
This whole deep dive has really brought that point home. South America was a crucible of evolution where life took some truly extraordinary turns. It's almost hard to believe that these creatures actually walk the earth.
It is awe-inspiring. It makes you wonder what other secrets are still hidden beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered.
Well, on that note of paleontological possibility, I think we've reached the end of our deep dive into prehistoric South America.
It's been a pleasure sharing this journey with you. I hope it sparked your curiosity about the incredible history of life on Earth.
To all our listeners out there, thank you for joining us on this adventure. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and never stop being amazed by the wonders of the natural world. Until next time.